Nervous?
Petrified.
Water?
Air. This is the first time I've ever flown.
Flown? This is a boat.
Well, a boat is almost like an airplane.
Except that it doesn't go in the air.
Other than that, it's almost exactly like I've imagined an airplane would be. It rocks, it bumps, it floats. Just like a plane.
Except it isn't in the air.
That's really the only difference, I think.
I don't think boats crash.
I'm not scared of crashing. I'm scared of heights.
And the boat is...
Really high off the ground. The bottom could be miles below us.
The bottom of the Mississippi River.
Well, it's deep enough for a boat to sink. That's pretty deep.
Okay, well, so you're a feet on the ground kind of person.
Exactly. So glad you understand.
Yeah, well, if it helps you, I'm a bit nervous too. I sometimes get motion sickness.
That must be absolutely horrifying. I would hate to feel that way.
I try not to magnify, but I do get uncomfortable when the boat rocks.
Oh my God, if this boat rocks, I think I might die.
That might be a problem. Boats almost always rock.
Really? No one told me that.
Well, it is sort... You know, you might want to think about... You might want to disembark before the boat takes off.
Disembark? I didn't mean to bark at you.
I meant get off the boat before... Oh. It looks like the boat has already left the dock. Did you bring any Xanax with you, ma'am?
No, it makes me jittery and nervous.
You might be thinking about something else. Xanax actually reduces anxiety.
I get anxious when I take any kind of pill.
A flask of whiskey, perhaps?
I don't do well with alcohol. It makes me anxious.
I should have seen that coming. I hope you don't mind me asking, but why did you decide to fly on a boat when you hate flying, you hate any rocking motion, and you hate not having your feet firmly planted on the ground?
I had no choice. I'm seeking political asylum. I'm being persecuted for my views.
You're fleeing from Arkansas to Mississippi to avoid political persecution.
I hear people are nicer in Mississippi.
And exactly who is the source of this impression?
I can't tell you how narrow-minded and vicious people in Arkansas are.
Because of your political views.
When people don't like what they hear, they get nasty.
I'll keep that in mind. So in Mississippi, you think people will be more open to your political views?
I don't know, but at least my parents won't be there.
Your parents, the persecutors, I presume.
More like prosecutors. Anything I say, I get cross-examined.
I can imagine.
I had to get out of there, even if it meant having to fly.
On a boat.
Risking my life.
On the Mississippi River.
Exactly.
Should have seen that coming. I'm sorry for you.
You can't imagine. That's why I had to risk flying.
Across the river.
Exactly.
Well, we should be on the other side of the river in about 20 minutes. You will have enjoyed this trip nicely.
20 minutes? The guy at the ticket booth said it would be 15 minutes.
I meant 15 minutes. Did you hear me say 20?
That's what I thought I heard you say.
My words must have been distorted by the altitude above the river bottom.
I can't wait to get into Mississippi, or I'll be free at last.
I suspect that sentiment has never been uttered in Mississippi before.
I'm so excited to have overcome my fear of flying, my fear of my family, and my fear of being judged, and my fear of heights, and my fear of...
I get it. You have some fears.
You are very intuitive.
Not
Do you
so
know that?
Yes, well, I'm not so intuitive about selecting seats on boats.
I feel like I'm getting a new lease on life. I can be a new me.
I can imagine how exciting that must feel.
You're a really nice lady. Do you know that?
At the moment, not so much.
You're so understanding and so patient with me.
Patience is probably a prerequisite.
I hope you don't mind my asking, but do you have any children?
No, my husband and I focused upon our careers.
Do you want any children?
This is probably not a good time to ask precisely that question.
I'm just thinking I'll need to find a new family in Mississippi.
I'm not sure that the whole family thing has worked out all that well for you in the past.
Well, not the one God stuck me with, but I think I can find a better one.
Good luck with that.
I think God sat me next to you because you can help me find my Mississippi family.
I suspect God sat you next to me for an entirely different reason.
I'd make a great daughter, you know.
I fear I'm a tad too young for a 20-something daughter. I'm thinking something more in the 1 to 3 age range.
I can help you with that. I'm 3 months pregnant.
I should have seen that coming.
My child will need a really good family. Would you and your husband be interested in a young child
Well, I'm not.
and its mother?
Nada.
You can't imagine how grateful we'd be.
I can't imagine.
And I'm really handy around the house. My mom said I'd make a great maid.
I can't imagine.
And I'm really quiet.
I can't imagine.
So, do we have an understanding?
Yes, I think I understand quite well.
I'm so excited. It was so worth risking my life to fly across the river. I knew that people from Mississippi would be the nicest people in the world.
If you only knew.
I can't wait to tell my brother that I found a new home for me, him, and our baby.